What up, YouTube? Today's video is going to be about The Last of Us. HBO Max had adapted The Last of Us. For those who don't know, The Last of Us is a video game that Sony put out in 2013. It won 5 awards. It's been remastered twice over the 10 years. So no wonder why it would be adapted. This video is about something that the series is already doing wrong. And although I do like the show so far, it only have 3 episodes. I think they have a trailer of the 4th one, so the 4th one's gonna come out on Sunday. I don't see nothing really bad with the series as a series, but as an adaptation of a video game that I played already and I know the story. I think they did something wrong. I think the fact that they didn't capitalize on the 20 years, they didn't explore that 20 years, I think that's one thing that they did wrong. I think that's the thing that they did wrong. So far in the story, they did try to change certain things so it could kind of catch us off guard, but it's not good enough due to the fact that they had to still stick to the main story. And that's good because it's an adaptation, but it's also something that we all know about. Like, it's been out for 10 years. And like I said, it's been remastered. So it is very popular amongst the gamers and the people who actually watched probably the gameplay or whatever. But yeah, I think that's what they're doing wrong. Like, I think the 20 years could have helped a lot. It could have helped them slow pace the show. It could have helped them give the characters more characteristics or whatever you want to call it. It would have been less predictable than it has been for the other 2 episodes. It was pretty predictable. The 3rd episode was great. It threw me for a loop, but it only did that due to the fact that it gave information about the 20 years missing that nobody knows about. I think that's why it really did good in my opinion. Because I went in there thinking it was gonna be like the game, and it was not like the game. It gave us more information. Bill got more character because in the game, Bill is just like he's just a grumpy guy who don't trust nobody, who just happens to know Joel. But in the show, he had more character. They gave him a story, him and Frank. Because we didn't even get to see Frank in the game. He actually died before we got to the town that Bill was on, because he had got infected by trying to backstab Bill. So there was not even, I don't even think they was together, but there was not even like on that friendly level, because Bill was so hard to get along with. And you kind of see that in the show in the beginning, but they showed a different side of Bill, which I really, really, really liked, because of the fact that we didn't get that in the game, and it shows that the show is going a certain route, a different route, and it's pretty good. I like the fact that they did that with the 3rd, but I feel like they could have done that with other characters like Joel, Tess, Tommy, Merlene. We still, but there's still hope for them, because the same way they did Bill, they could always do these characters, but it would have been better received if they would slowly went through that 20 years instead of going straight to how the game started. They could have went a different route, which is just going maybe a year after the outbreak, 2 years after the outbreak, and then slowly going to the present. I think it would have been better due to the fact that we don't know nothing about the 20 years. And the fact that we don't know nothing about the 20 years makes it perfect to capitalize on. They could have, it could be a good way to be more creative. It could be a good way to be less predictable, and it could be a good way to put more content and give the fans information that they wanted for like 10 years. So that I mean, it's pretty great because in the game, after the outbreak, after he lost his daughter, we it was 20 years missing. So even in the game, we don't know what that 20 years looked like. And in the game, it's good for the game because people who's playing the game, they don't really care about that because they don't really care about the character's development that much. They only care about playing the game, the graphics, beating the game, and what you could do with the characters or with the game, which is like, I don't know, the items you could pick up or something like that, whatever. But we don't really care about the character development that much. Not as much as we care about it in the show, because that's basically the whole thing. The whole point is character development and character growth. So it it would have been, I think it would have been better received if they did that. They could have made the show way slow pace. For example, like the Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is basically, in the beginning, we only missed like maybe 2 weeks when Rick was in a coma. But after that, we basically seen the whole show as it unveiled. So we got to see how Rick became Rick, how people like Daryl, how he became, he went from being basically, I don't know, a redneck. He was perceived as, you know, a stereotype redneck who they couldn't really rely on that much. Although he's good for it, but he couldn't really rely on him due to the fact that he's unpredictable. So to him in the 11th season, where he's literally taking care of and being responsible to take care of Rick's daughter and son. So it's different, and throughout the series, we got to see how he went from the stereotype redneck to the responsible hero type. And I think that would have been cool to see as Joel. We got to see a little bit like that of that with Bill. It would have been good to see it with Tess, with Marlene, but they have the whole show to do it. This is only the third episode, so they could keep doing it. I just feel like it would have been better received like this than it is in flashbacks, only because it I don't know, it made me feel like I want more of the past than the present that they're showing, because they showed the present and then they went to Bill's. So I was like, I was kind of more interested in the Bill story than I was interested in the present story that we got in the video game with Joel and Ellie. Because of the fact that I already seen the show, I wasn't really, I was still thrilled because it's still a live action show, but compared to the Bills, I kind of liked the Bills because it was just new content. You know, it was something that I didn't know about. It was something that it made sense. It was still connected to the overall story. It just wasn't. It just wasn't something I know about, and it wasn't predictable towards the game, which made me more interested and invested. Which is why I say that it would have been better if the 20 years would have been not only explored but slowly and gradually explored, so that they could be able to, well, people, mostly the fans, will be able to be more invested because they get in something new, because an adaptation it can be, it can have new parts and new things about it, but it's overall is going to be the same thing that is adapting. So um I guess that was basically the reason for it. And is, I mean, I won't take it however I get it at this point, but I think it would have been better if it was more like the episode with Bills. And I think it would have been better. I think that's my thoughts about it. If you agree, disagree, please put it in the comments. Um, please click the like button. Please subscribe and click the notification bell, of course, if you want to be notified for other videos I have just like this one, which I'm gonna keep making. And peace.